The bog is a really special place. It's a place where we teach classes, where students come out and do research. It is a very rare type of habitat that you don't find in many places. It's also unique because it's a place of transition. So we're sitting in a transitional zone between the northern coniferous forests and the southern deciduous forests in Michigan.
An ecological station is something that's more characteristic of a big university. There are few small institutions like this that have an ecological or biological station. It's particularly important because this habitat, it's unique to this region and somewhat unique to a small institution like this. I'm a vertebrate ecologist and I work with reptiles, and we study spatial ecology and body temperature regulation and foraging ecology, feeding ecology of the snakes here.
Professor Kingsland and myself are looking into snake genetics. We're just seeing lineages through mitochondrial DNA to determine how landscape barriers will impact genetics for these species. So we're seeing how that impacts their lineages for genetic selection.
When we catch snakes, we tag them. We take their weight and then we take a picture of them next to a ruler where we will measure in a setting on the computer.
These snakes are tagged with these radio transmitters, and we go around with these big receiver equipment and we try and find them. It's so much fun to get to hunt these snakes down, and we then log information about its GPS location, the foliage around, and other information about where we found these snakes.
There are 3 different habitats here: the upland forest, bog mat, and the ag field. And so we're taking observations of their movements, and then we can gather a hypothesis and analyze that data.
There are a wide range of different research projects that have been ongoing at the bog. My own research is focused on medicinal plants, and so we've been surveying the medicinal plants that are found here at the bog, focusing on plants that are used in Native American traditional medicine. And some of them are the source of modern pharmaceutical drugs. So the plant that we're focusing our attention on now is a plant that's the source of a couple of very important cancer chemotherapeutic drugs.
Most recently, I've been working with eastern bluebirds. Here at the bog, I'm going to be putting up eastern bluebird nest boxes. So we're going to be manipulating the temperature inside these nest boxes to sort of mimic the effects that climate change might have.
We had a donor, David and Kathy Kozad, a number of years ago made a donation contribution. We bought this weather station. That weather station is situated down on the lake, and we can measure a whole bunch of different sorts of variables like incident radiation, air temperature, water levels, wind speed, wind direction, those sorts of things. And those are all important variables for understanding how environments will affect plants and animals.
The work that students are doing here at the bog is not just a fun, hands-on learning experience, but they're also contributing to our understanding of this unique habitat. Many of the projects that students have been doing have resulted in peer-reviewed publications in scientific journals.
I don't think that it's possible to overstate how incredible an experience that is for students. This is real research that's being done. I think gives them a sense of, I hope gives them a sense of ownership over what they're doing.
Many students have never been really off the sidewalk before, and so you get them out mucking around in the lake and so forth, and they get to see things, and they benefit greatly from the sort of hands-on experience that they get out in the field.
I would tell a prospective student about the bog to bring a nice pair of boots. If you don't have access to the classroom building, you're definitely going to want a pair of mud boots that you don't mind getting dirty.